Welcome to Mars Survival Challenge. Today, we'll see how Pathfinder's comms go pairs with the rover, like linking two phones. With this interconnection, our team members can speak their minds freely. Don't forget to watch some funny videos on the side as well. The crew of Hermes got the news that Mark is still alive. It's like hitting the jackpot on a lottery. But then they spiraled into guilt, thinking, man, I should have taken him with me. But Mark wasn't mad. He told Vincent to relay, no worries. Him eating well and sleeping like a baby. He even urged them home, promising to return on Ares in 4 years, like he'll be back, hang in there. While bragging about his achievements on Mars, he really became the chatterbox. But that night, as Mark returned to his habitat, a surprise acted like a ninja. Before he even realized it, Mark spun around with the airlock for several turns. What a wild ride. To survive Mars pressure, Mark had a light bulb moment and taped up his helmet. Ignoring the pain, he dashed to the habitat like a Mars superhero. Unfortunately, his potato patch got hit hard and failed the cold weather leak, a total wipeout. Watching his lifeline ruined, Mark's route took a nosedive to the ice. It was tragic. NASA found out about Mark's terrible situation and went into let's wait and see mode. Waiting to replenish his food supply, they had to wait for over 300 days. They were truly sweating bullets for Mark. After multiple life and death tests, Mark realized that since he couldn't change the situation, he needed to get creative. He found some intact potatoes and went full-on scientist with his experiments. And whenever he had time, he chatted online with the crew, sharing funny GIF on the side. NASA wasn't idle, hustling to condense 6 months of spaceship work into just 45 days. Fast forward to launch day, everyone was as tense as a student about to take an exam. As the countdown hit 0, the rocket successfully launched. Everything seemed so smooth. Seeing this, everyone sighed in relief, and cheers rang out like a lighthouse. Just as everyone was getting excited, a staff member noticed an abnormality with the thruster. It felt like a scene straight out of a Mars drama. Subtitle: the resistance generated by the spaceship caused it to explode. This spacecraft, completed in a mere 45 days, was truly fragile like a paper model. Upon hearing the news, Mark stayed calm, joking, I might be dead. Check on my parents. I know this isn't easy, but I have to be ready for every possible outcome. I don't want to quit. I just need to have everything sorted out perfectly. Please tell me, what on earth did I do? Meanwhile, Mark was gearing up to head to the Ares landing zone, preparing for his grand decision. When Hermes reached Mars orbit, he could hop onto the spacecraft for the docking. It felt like flying to the sky. But who knew the director thought this idea was too risky? It was enough to make you roll your eyes. After giving it some thought, the director decided to leave the choice to the crew of Hermes. What a truly wise leader. Captain Louis called an emergency meeting right away, using the most fair method to gather crew opinions. What he didn't expect was that all the crew members agreed. Now that's some team spirit. Then, under the leadership of the captain, they cut off NASA's control over Hermes, starting a freedom ride. Henderson approached the director and confessed the crew's plan, hoping he wouldn't blow his top. Quite the clever move. The director was upset. He had to reluctantly agree. Mark got the captain's message, almost yelling why yes. Mark began to feel hope reignite, and the upcoming preparations felt like launching an ultimate mission. His mission was to prep for evacuation in 500 days. Wow, so many experiments to tackle. With the spacecraft 3,200 kilometers away, he had to retrofit all life support gear onto the probe. Talk about a busy schedule. Luckily, with the help of the top-notch Earth team, Mark could solve most challenges by just copying the pros. However, the issue of food always loomed over him like an endless pit. After the airlock blast, he was limited to a ration diet to survive. Definitely nerve-wracking. But this torture didn't last too long. Finally, the day to head to the launch site arrived, and he felt like a kid on Christmas. After packing the solar panels and life-saving gear, he set off on his 50-day journey. But just as he headed out with hope, NASA revealed a shocking secret: the gravity on Mars wouldn't let Hermes enter low Earth orbit. This indicates that the spacecraft couldn't complete docking due to distance, truly a life and death dilemma. With everyone anxious, engineer Bruce was eager to try, suggesting to reduce spacecraft weight. But when he heard the weight needed to be cut down by 500 kg, Vincent was stunned, thinking, does this mean they'll need to dismantle half of it? Yet, with no alternative left, they had to relay this tough decision to Mark.